This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Center, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. And we're back again. Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggaeboyz Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. So, what can we say? Compelling times ahead. See, the transfer window, you can never say never. Things can change. So, what was the last time? What has changed since the last time we spoke? Well, Galatasaray are keen on Icardi, and it looks like that deal should get over the line. And if that deal gets over the line, there are some thoughts of, do we need Shamar? That's the conversation in some aspects. In some aspects, persons feel like that is needed. So that's something that can be analyzed and something that people will be looking to work upon. And that's something that we can look at, because what you find is that you have a situation where you have players that work hard and basically they want to ensure that they get the absolute best out of their players. So that is going to be important. So why are we talking about Everton now? Well, Everton Football Club have reached out to Spartak Moscow and have inquired about him. This is not the only player that Everton have reached out to. He's not. As Everton have also reached out to Blackburn Rovers' player, Ben Diaz. Ben Diaz, as we know, was born to an English dad and a Chilean mother. Ben Diaz is higher on their priority list than Shamar Nicholson. They would prefer to have a Ben Diaz than Shamar because of Ben's experience in English football already and the fantastic season he had last campaign with Blackburn Rovers, scoring 22 goals. So they would prefer having Ben. Does that mean Ben is available? Not necessarily. But Shamar Nicholson according to Everton Football Club Daily, Shamar Nicholson is desperate to move away. However, a report from the Sports Witness has said something different. I'm trying to bring up the article for you guys. And hopefully this allows to bring everything up. try and bring this up for you guys so you guys can see. And we can read this article together. Bring up the article and then we can dissect it. So this is from the Sports Witness. So this is the absolute latest right now, as Everton, the article says, Everton are unlikely to do a deadline day deal for Spartak Moscow striker Shamar Nicholson, with his agent insisting he'll be staying in Russia. The Toffees are on a hunt for further forward additions before the end of the transfer window this evening, with a replacement for Charleston yet to arrive at Goodison Park. They've been linked with a number of names around Europe and beyond, with none of them signed as yet. The latest name to be suggested was Jackson, with a report in England claiming that the forward is one of two players Everton are looking at on deadline day. So that is the absolute latest right now, as the agent of Shamar Nicholson insists that he will be staying, or he won't be moving, I should say. But what we can confirm is that Everton have had talks, and that is that. But the reality is, he won't be moving to Everton Football Club. He will be staying. So that's the situation. So that's the latest. The latest is that Shamar Nicholson will not be moving to Everton Football Club. Let me bring up another article. Shamar Nicholson has decided to stay with Russian club Spartak Moscow despite the recent 60 of Mope. The deadline looks doomed. Everton are in contact with Diaz. Shamar Nicholson, however, feels like a bolt right out of the proverbial blue. He's not a name that has been discussed with great regularity, but according to him, I've now registered. Everton, however, appeared to be barking up the wrong tree. Despite Nicholson's lack of me, he's not giving up on his Spartak Moscow career so readily. Spartak Moscow, Shamar Nicholson not keen on it. The story of him not playing is really strange, explains Nedad Proteja. Due to the lack of playing time, we communicated with the player about a possible move to another club. However, Shamar decided to stay at Spartak and fight for a place in the first team. Nicholson feels great in Moscow and at Spartak. From the very first day, he did not let anyone doubt his faith and love for the club. Nicholson scored 5 times in 8 starts since joining the club. So this tells us everything that we need to know. Shamar Nicholson will not be joining Everton Football Club and will not be moving in this transfer window. Shamar Nicholson will be staying at Spartak Moscow, which is what I desire, which is what I wanted. I want him to stay one more year. I didn't want him. I want him to leave. I think he's needs one more solid year. And that will basically be everything we need. For Reggae Boyz fans, is it disappointment? How are you feeling? Is it disappointment that he's not going to Everton now that the news is confirmed? How do you feel that he's not going to Everton Football Club? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will read some of your comments. Okay, Mbappe says, hey Simon, will Everton sign him? The timing and everything. Hi Simon, what's the likelihood? 0%. Siobhan Gibbon says Shamar needs to go to one of the top championship team them. Him not ready for the Prem. Okay. All right. I can accept that. I can accept that. I understand that he's not ready for the Prem. That's why I would say one more season, just one more season in Russia. And then everything will fall into place from there. Just one more season. The only deals that we know about and can say it's here we go is that Ethan Impado has joined Spezia on loan from Chelsea. James Garner has signed a contract as Everton player. It's a long-term deal, buyback clause for Manchester United. So that's the way things are on this deadline day, right now as we speak. How about Jan or next summer? I do expect him to move on in the summer. I'm not sure about January. It really depends on where Spartak Moscow are in the league, and if they're competing for a title, he might be enthused to stay, perhaps win a trophy or the Golden Boot title, and then in the summer to move on. Echo Reek says, greetings. Simon Boza needs at least one more year. Spartak. I agree with you. One more year, and then make his mind. I don't see it as a disappointment. It's an opportunity for other doors to open once he puts his head down into the business. Well said. Well said. Absolutely. I'm on the same page with you there. So, personally, I didn't expect something to happen at all. But, that's where we are right now. But in terms of other transfer stuff, we've had Rolanda Aarons. He's moved on loan to Motherwell from Huddersfield Town. We will also keep you up to date, the latest, if there will be any moves amongst other Jamaican players. I don't expect there to be. There's interest in League One for Adrian Mariappa, but it seems like he's going to spend one more season in the Australian A-League, so we shall see there. Sheffield United, they're keen on Canadian midfielder Ismail Kone. Martin Braithwaite has just signed the contract as a new Espanyol player. Martin Braithwaite, as we know, has born to Guyanese grandparents. Martin Dubravka deal to Manchester United, $2 million loan deal and $6 million obligation to buy if he plays a certain number of games within the Premier League for Manchester United. Paolo Gazzaniga joins Girona from Fulham. Dubravka, definitely. That deal is done. He's a Manchester United player on loan. Willian has joined Fulham, and that deal is done. And still a few more hours left in the transfer window. A lot can happen, and we just wait and see how things progress. Everton trying to survive relegation. Shamar isn't the answer of Everton and wouldn't be a good move for him. I say France or Germany would be big for him. If you're talking about next summer, if England comes into the picture next summer, then I completely understand with what you're saying. I get that. I don't want to rule out England. So, yeah. I'm sure the biggest news of the window is that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be a Manchester United player until at least January. And we'll see what happens after that, shall we? We'll definitely see how things transpire after that moment in time. I see that as a good opportunity for Nicholson, but he and his handlers should know best. Absolutely, 100% there. And yes, you are correct as well. Nitro, you are correct. Dejan Sterling to Stoke City on loan is confirmed. That is done and dusted. He will spend the rest of the season on loan at the East Midlands based club. He has played League One at Coventry, played Championship at Wigan, Blackpool, and now another experience under his belt at Stoke City for the rest of the campaign. So hopefully he gets the necessary minutes he needs and then comes back to Chelsea a much more rounded player. So that's done and dusted. I'm talking about this moment next summer. Okay, yeah. What's going on Flemings? Flemings looks to be staying at Toulouse and will be for sure. Max Aarons, I expect him to stay. I know Villarreal has been in the works for some times, but Max Aarons at this point in time is a Norwich player and he will be at Norwich. He could make the move to Villarreal. It's something that is progressing. So I'll give it that. But Max wants a new challenge, but I feel that Norwich are going to be looking for something big first. Yeah. Yeah. Max Aarons is 22 now. What's happening with Tyrek McGee? Tyrek McGee, Cass Eupen signed, and he's gonna be there until at least January. So Flemings will be on the bench or the second team. Both. He's gonna mix his roles with both the first team and also the second team. So he's gonna mix between the second team and also be part of the matchday roster for the first team. So yeah. So that's where we are right now with Junior Flemings. Good to see Jamal Lowe back in the Bournemouth squad. Absolutely. It's great to see him back in the squad, and hopefully he can play a role for the team as they look to avoid relegation this campaign and stay as a Premier League team. That would be crucial. So that's where we are now. Hopefully they give him a start in the cup games to see he's capable. Yep, that's going to be important. Nottingham Forest has bought an entire squad in this window. Has this ever happened before? Yeah, you have other teams that have done that. Stoke City and Hull City did that as well when they came to the Premier League 2008-2009 season. They bought an entire squad as well. Not the same amount as Nottingham Forest, but the same. All right. Charles Banner says, big up Simon. Just got here. Summary. Okay, the summary is that interest has been in Shamar Nicholson, Duncan Ferguson, recommended to the board regarding Shamar Nicholson for a couple of years now, even from when he was in Belgium. And the situation is that while Everton have shown interest with him, Shamar Nicholson will be staying at Spartak Moscow until minimum January, but looks like the summer he wants to fight and work for his place at the club before the next chapter of his career. Dujon Sterling has joined Stoke City on loan from Chelsea. Rolanda Aarons has joined Motherwell on loan from Huddersfield Town, and we're waiting to see what happens with Max Aarons and company. Junior Flemings will be staying at Toulouse this campaign and will be remaining with the club and fighting for his place. January, we'll see if opportunities will happen, but for now, he is a Toulouse player and he's not going anywhere. And I know a lot of people have been asking about Tyrick McGee. Tyrick McGee looks set to be at the club, and the club being at Toulouse. So that is the situation right now for those individuals. On terms of any other players that might come into the picture, well, there's interest in League One for Adrian Mariappa. However, the player is not keen to be playing in that division. If he was to come back to England, it would be the Championship or the Premier League. But it appears that he will spend another season over in the A-League in Australia. So that is the latest with him. Also, Lloyd Doyley has received his coaching badges, and he's now a UEFA Pro coach. As we know, he had a good run with Bournemouth in the FA Cup last season. So Lloyd Doyley has received his coaching badges. So that's the absolute latest right now. Any questions, you guys drop it right now before we end the stream. But that is the absolute latest right now with the players in the setup. Why is he not going to Everton? Everton Football Club have apparently looked at Ben Diaz as more of a fit right now for them. But I would say the main reason is Shamar wanting to fight for his place at Spartak Moscow at this point in time. He wants to go. He hasn't played a lot of games, and he wants to go out there, make an impact, and fight for his place as a player and regain his place. And remember, last season he went on and scored some goals, and he even helped his club to go far within the competition. So he's hoping that he can replicate that sort of form with the club. His agent insists that the player is deciding to stay. It is confirmed that there was some interest. However, Everton will not do a deal for Shamar Nicholson. His agent, Kevin Cohen, has insisted that he will be staying with the club. So he will be staying at Spartak Moscow. So no move for Shamar Nicholson to Everton in the Premier League. So that's the latest, guys. If you guys have any questions, please go right ahead. See what you guys have to say in the comments, and we can wrap things up after that. No problem at all, sir. No problem. But that's the latest. Any potential move for Damian Lowe in the winter? In the winter, that is December. The possibility does exist because the interest is building in England for Damian Lowe. I mentioned about the interest in Salford, and also it is no secret to many regarding teams that ply their trade within the Scottish Premiership. However, the wages situation is not the greatest right now for him, but it's no secret to many that Sunderland Football Club have been long-time admirers of Damian Lowe. Who is Arthur Melo, that Liverpool signing? Arthur Melo, the Liverpool signing, he's a Brazilian. He's a Brazilian international. Well, international. He has represented Brazil a couple of times in 20 odd appearances. He was at Barcelona. He was at Juventus. He's a midfielder. So that's a new player that looks to be heading to Anfield quite soon. What's the deal with Simon Preston in this transfer window? The deal is that Simon Preston is hungry and wants something to eat. So Simon Preston is going to get something to eat in another 5 minutes. Personal terms have been agreed, and the only thing left is to do the medical, which involves Simon Preston going into the kitchen and opening up the fridge to get the necessary items. Contracts have been agreed, and here we go, signed and sealed off. Simon Preston is hungry and going to prepare something to eat, as it has been a very, very long day. J-Dash says, I knew that Shamar wouldn't go. You planning on attending a game in New Jersey? I'm not sure, my friend. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you posted. Great interview with Maddox. Much appreciated. Do you see any interest for him anywhere? Don't expect any move for Shamar until January. That's when you can expect something from Shamar, Boza, Nicholson. Nothing right now, but in the new year, as he is regaining fitness and form, he has expressed that there is interest within the United Soccer League and also interest within the Far East as well. But a player, he is preferring to stay within the North American region, whether that might be Canada, the Canadian Premier League, MLS, or USL, to get back into the system of things. So that is something that he would prefer. Billy Gilmore, well, the situation with Billy Gilmore already, the Scottish footballer, and being a central midfielder at Chelsea. He was at loan at Norwich last season, and it's quite possible that he could go out on another loan. When will the new Reggae Boyz coach be announced? My friend, perhaps a week before the Argentina game. So that's the situation. So Reggae Boyz fans, thanks very much for tuning in. We go live this evening at 7, but any breaking news that happens throughout the course of the day, stay tuned for that. We'll give you more updates and anything on any other Jamaican players that might happen. The only other player that we might have to keep a close eye on between now and the deadline window in terms of the closing of it, I'll keep you posted on Daniel Johnson, Preston North End, but certainly there is interest in other teams within the championship for him. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll keep you guys posted. And don't forget as well to subscribe to Reggaeboyz Commentary for more content.
This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Centre, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.